Good morning, everybody. So, just woke up. It's just 6 a.m. Got a little bit of water in. Obviously, done my usual stuff in the morning. Michael is out there doing work, so he's been doing check-in since about 5:15 this morning, which Melbourne time it's 8:15. But the plan of attack for today is to head to Bull Gym. We're going to train chest and shoulders. And I'm going to modify the session a little bit, just have a little bit more fun with it while I'm away. AJ gave me the green light to sort of have a little bit more fun with it anyway. A lot of my compound movements, if I go to dumbbells, they're a little bit different and stuff like that. So he said it was fine. He was fine for me to do that. But the plan of attack for today is go out, get some breakfast, do some work on the computer. I do have a check-in at around 9:30 as well. So I'll get that done. And then come back, eat a pre-workout meal, train, and then I've just got some more work to do in the Arvo. Big things that we have to organise for the coaching collective and get everything started. So I've got a few tasks that I do need to do in regards to that. But for the time being, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get ready, pack a bag, get it all organised, and I'm going to head off to a cafe, get some breakfast, sit down and do my work there. What I've aimed to do is, while I'm here, is for my breakfast is just do like eggs on toast, so 2-3 eggs on toast. And just some veg. Some places do like kimchis and stuff like that as well, which I want to start doing to incorporate a little bit more gut health, which I could probably touch on in a video this week or even today. We'll see how we go. But we'll see you in the next clip. So, first off the bat is the high incline dumbbell press. I went for 37.5 just to be safe on this movement, as the benches at this gym are a little bit iffy because of the flooring. So the flooring has little dips and bumps and holes and everything in it, so the bench isn't very sturdy, and even lift off isn't very sturdy because your feet aren't on a flat surface to lift off. So I kept it tame. Normally I try to keep my arms as abducted as possible, but I do feel a lot stronger with a little bit less abduction, and just for this movement I wanted to do that just so I felt 100% safe. But the next movement I did was a flat chest press. So starting them off on blocks, as you'll see when I do lift off, that they fall out because the starting point of this is quite low and is quite tough on the joints. So I loaded this up for about 70 kgs, which was quite easy. It's quite light machine. Most of the equipment at this gym is relatively light. So what we've done is we're just going with a nice 3-second eccentric, keeping the elbows nice and tight, hard contraction at the top, and nice and slow and controlled downwards. Next up, I went with a Widowmaker set on the seated shoulder press by Techno Gym with an anterior hold or a neutral grip hold. So what I did was pretty much I aimed for at least 15 reps on the first round. Then once I do hit that point where I am struggling that little bit more, I think I hit about 17 or 18, I can't remember off the top of my head, we do rest for about 10 seconds. So the idea is to get that little bit more out of the muscle in this movement, so we do really want to push as much as we can. And then you just straight back into it, see how many you can get done, hit failure again, and then what we're going to do is we're going to rest for another 10 seconds. So this is probably the sweatiest I've ever been while training. It's pretty ridiculous, but it's been a good session. We came and trained arms with James' board yesterday, so I'm skipping my arm training, skipping the tricep portion of it.
So the session's been short and sweet. It's probably a better thing that it's short and sweet because training this heat is fucking outrageous.
And to finish up, we've gone with a side cable raise as the seated lateral raise was taken. But what I'm aiming here for is a drop set. With a lot of people on this movement, your aim and progression with weight is going to be a lot harder than your execution. So what I like to say to my clientele is I like to say you are going to progress on this movement via execution, whether that's the controlling of the eccentric, the controlling of the concentric, or even just that hold at the top in contraction. So that's the way that I find that these work best. And then with this, just went with a 50% drop set, pretty much just to burn out. We're back. This is a couple hours later from after training, just because I got home and had to have a quick shower and then get into some check-ins and consults and all that jazz. But post-workout meal was, again, 120 grams of steak, the lean steak. Then I went with 200 mils of light milk, just because it's like $8 or $10 almost almond milk for a carton of 1 litre of almond milk, which is outrageous. So I'm going with light milk, as I'm fine to digest light milk normally. Just don't have it because it is a little bit calorie heavy at home, so I'm just making sure I match it up and move some things around. But I had that with some Frosties. I think I did 70 grams of Frosties cereal. Now I am just waiting on some chicken to be delivered, so I've just ordered some chicken, some egg whites, and vegetables and sauerkraut. Oh no, I didn't end up ordering vegetables because I got them here. And sauerkraut. I'm doing sauerkraut and kimchi and things like that at the moment, just from the gut perspective, as I do feel like I just need to get my gut health in check. The best way to go about it is something like that, like a fermented food, and just getting a bit of variety in amongst your diet as well. So like, you know, having different veg, having different carb sources, having different protein sources. From a gut microbiome perspective, it's going to be great to do that. So every couple of weeks I change what vegetables I'm having as well, just to make sure that it is all staying healthy. And I digest most foods quite well. There are some that I don't, but for the time being I do. But when that food does come, I'll get a clip of it. I promise I'll get a clip of it before I finish it, just so you guys can sort of see what it is delivered. I think it cost me about $12, $13 Australian. So it's about 150 grams cooked chicken, 4 egg whites and some sauerkraut. So it's not too bad, and that's plus delivery fee too. And then I think that's about it. I'm going to go do some work. I've got a bunch of work to do. Got a bunch of things on my list to tick off. I've been setting up lists when I organise my work now, and it's made me so much more efficient, so I highly recommend it. I'm the biggest culprit of saying that I'm going to do shit and never doing it. But just to wrap up the video here, I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed the training. I hope you got something out of it from the voiceover. But other than that, that is about it. We're about to head out. It is raining right now though, so I think we're just going to have to wait for that to die off. But hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll catch us on the next one. Peace.